Thanks for joining in. I'm just typing in the title here. If I could type, that is. Hopefully you're doing well and having a good day so far. Alrighty. Alright. Got that all set up. So, happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Do me a favor and in the comments, let me know what state you're tuning in from. Okay, let me get Facebook going. All right. So I am in the Chicagoland area, for those of you that don't know. But I'm interested in seeing where everyone is. Are you still staying at home? Oh, okay, Washington, D.C. Seeing if you're still have the stay-at-home order and if you're staying in and staying safe. I know it's been a long time that we've had to stay inside the house, but I think it's best so that we can get everything under control and be healthy and be able to get back out eventually. I don't know when that'll be, but I'm looking for us to get back out eventually. Hey, Uzoma, Indiana, you're right around the corner. So today I wanted to talk about why nothing seems to be working when it comes to managing your money. And so before I get started with that, I just want to let you know this is from experience. As my grandmother used to say, I'm not telling you what I heard, I'm telling you what I know. And so just keep that in mind as I go through these things about why nothing seems to be working when it comes to managing your money. But before we get started, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Carmen, and I'm a personal finance expert and strategist with Money Choices Today. And I created Money Choices Today as a way to increase financial literacy in the community and to also change the topic of money. It seems that it's such a taboo thing to talk about and nobody wants to talk about it, but we all deal with it all the time. So I'm trying to shift it from being taboo to it being a normal part of the conversation. And I get it. Sometimes we don't want to talk about it because we may be embarrassed about some things that are going on, or we may just be embarrassed because we don't know what we should be doing. And that's okay, because I've been there. We've all been there. It helps us to get through the curve faster, though, if we talk about it. So in addition to those two things, I also help families create a plan for their money so that they can break the paycheck to paycheck cycle, eliminate debt, and increase their savings and investing accounts. And so over on my website, moneychoicestoday.com, I have some different articles and different blog posts that you can take a look at that has various information about credit, debt, budgeting, all sorts of things, how to manage together, relationships and money, combining those, because that's always a challenge. And so when you get a chance, head on over to my website and take a look. All right, so on to the topic of why nothing seems to be working when it comes to managing your money. So the first thing is you're comparing yourself to other people. Now again, remember I said that I've been through these things, and so just hear me out here. I think we all tend to do that. We look and see somebody may have that dream house that we want, or they may be really fashionable in their attire or their car or whatever it may be. And you think that maybe they're living their best life, and you're like, well, how come I don't have that stuff? Or how come I can't afford to buy that stuff? But I know one thing for sure is that people can fake their situations. You don't know what's going on in their household, or you don't know where they started and now they've gotten to this point. And so comparing yourself to somebody else is the absolute wrong thing to do, especially when it comes to money, because it can put you in a position to where you spend more than you have, you get yourself in debt, and you just make matters worse. And so you need to focus on yourself and what you want versus comparing yourself to other things. Because again, if you're too focused on what they're doing, you're ignoring your own situation, and things can get really out of hand. Has anybody ever done that? Compared themselves to someone else? I don't know if you want to admit that, but if you want to admit that, you can go ahead and put a hand high up if you want to admit that, hey, yeah, in the past I've compared myself to somebody else. And again, people compare themselves to celebrities and things like that, saying, wow, I wish I could have 5 or 6 cars. But my opinion is, why do you need 5 or 6 cars? You can only drive one at a time. You could be having that money do something else for you. But again, if that's what you want and that's your thing, then you can do it. But don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to the old you, what you did yesterday, how you were before. You should always be striving to make improvements. And so you have to just compare yourself to what you are and work on getting better. And don't worry about what's going on around you. Well, that's good. So, yeah, sometimes comparing can motivate you to work harder. And that's true. But for some people, it's not like that. Some people take it and they go too far with it. But yes, motivation is key. And whatever motivates you is what you need to do. And so that's one thing about finances and money, is that it's not a one-size-fits-all approach. And that's my second thing about why nothing seems to be working when it comes to managing money, is that you're trying to find a one-size approach instead of focusing on your specific needs. And we all know that one size does not fit all, regardless of what some of the t-shirts and things like that are. So, for instance, when we talk about money and one size fits all, there are some experts that say you should pay off all your debt first, and you shouldn't save or you shouldn't invest. You need to wait until you pay off all your debt. But what they don't take into consideration is, what if your debt is really low interest? If it's like 1%, or what if you have a credit card that's 0% and you're not really paying anything? Hey, Letitia. And so it's not a one size fits all approach. You have to take into consideration several different things when it comes to managing your money. Another thing that you have to consider is your money personality different? We all have different money personalities. Somebody may be a spender, somebody may be a saver, and so the person that's a saver, their budgeting and money plan is going to be different than somebody that's a spender. And so you can't do the one size fits all approach. And also, your goals may be different. I may be saving so that I can travel when I retire and not have a home. I just want to travel all the time. I don't want to have a home base. I just want to travel. Somebody else may be saving to move closer to their grandkids and downsize in a home or something like that. So our money plans and our budgets are going to be totally different. So trying to apply one budget to both of those scenarios is just not going to work. And so that's another reason that when it comes to managing your money, nothing seems to work, is because you're trying the one size fits all approach. And in my Cash Flow Unlocked program, we start with identifying what's important to your lifestyle so that we can incorporate that into your money plan. Like I said, whether it's traveling, whether it's shopping, or anything like that. And so that's one of the benefits of working with an expert when it comes to managing your money, is they can design something that's customized for you so that you can get to your destination a little bit faster than trying a broad stroke approach. So the third reason why nothing seems to be working when it comes to managing your money is you're not actually managing your money. I mean, that may be obvious, but it may not be working because you're not actually doing anything. You're just kind of winging it. Again, I've tried the winging it approach, and let me just tell you, it doesn't work. It may work for a little while, but it doesn't work very long. And so you should never wing it when it comes to your finances and managing your money. First of all, you don't know where you are, so how can you know where you want to go if you don't even know where you are? You don't know the steps that you're going to need to take. You may not even know if you can pay the bills at the end of the month. And so winging it when it comes to your finances is just not it. It also is that you're not clear on things, and so you won't make progress. You have to be clear on where you are, no matter how bleak the situation may be. You may think that you're in a position and it's just you don't really want to face it, but you have to face it, because that's the only way you can put some plans in place to overcome it. I've been there, trust me, I know. And so it is absolutely possible to overcome any situation with the right plan and with the right mindset. So again, in my Cash Flow Unlock program, we're going to dive deep into understanding your finances and money flow so that you're clear on where you are, and then you'll clearly know what steps you'll need to take to get you to the position that you want to get to. And so the fourth reason why nothing seems to be working when it comes to managing your money is inconsistent behavior is putting a squeeze on your cash flow. So one day you may be doing good and you may be displaying good money habits. The next day you may have reverted back to your old money habits, which is spending and not managing to your budget. And you also don't have a routine to keep you on track. A financial routine is something as easy as checking in on your finances every day. I'm a little obsessive. I check in on my accounts every day, but again, that's because I've had fraudulent activity against my accounts. Matter of fact, I just had some fraud less than a week ago. So I'm always checking to make sure things are happening that are supposed to be happening, and then I'm always checking to make sure that things aren't happening. Some things that to make sure there's nothing happening that shouldn't be happening. I don't know why I couldn't say that, but that is part of my routine. And then weekly I take a look and see how my spending was. Monthly I go back and see how I did against budget. And so you have to have a routine. As a matter of fact, I have an article on my website where I talk about my financial routine. So you can take a look at that and see if you can take some notes from that and see if you can implement a financial routine if you don't currently have one. Okay, let me see here. I know I have one. I think I have one more point here. I do. And so then the fifth reason why nothing seems to be working when it comes to managing your money is because of your mindset. Your mindset is so important when it comes to managing money. You're working on a fixed mindset instead of a growth mindset when you're not making progress. And a fixed mindset is simply something that says, I can't do this. It is what it is. This is the way life is. This is how it's going to be forever. Versus a growth mindset is, you know what? I can make changes. I just need to get some more information. I need to get a plan in place, and I need to take action. So that's what a growth mindset is. You have to actually believe that you can do it. And mindset doesn't just apply to when it comes to managing your money. It just comes to life in general. You have to believe that you can do something in order to actually do it. If you're defeating yourself from the start, then you're just not going to make progress. And that's not good. And so I'll quickly run down those 5 reasons again why nothing seems to be working when it comes to managing your money. The first thing was that you're comparing yourself to other people. Stop doing that. Compare yourself to the old you. Someone mentioned on Instagram that comparison drove them to do better and work harder. So if that's the case for you, then in that situation, it's okay. The second reason is you're trying a one-size-fits-all approach instead of focusing on your specific needs. You have to take a look at your goals, your personality, and where you want to be before trying to apply someone else's method of budgeting and things like that. The third one was you're not actually managing your money. So you can't expect it to do what it's going to do because there's no financial fairy or anything that's going to come down and fix your finances for you. You actually have to manage your money. You can't wing it when it comes to your finances. The fourth one was inconsistent behavior, and it's putting a squeeze on your cash flow. So if you're managing good one day, then the next day you just kind of go wild, then that's not helping you either, and that's why you're kind of stuck in that same position. And then the fifth thing was mindset. You have to have a growth mindset. Get rid of that fixed mindset. If you have it thinking you can't do anything and this is how it is, that's not the case. You can change and you can make things happen. So again, I mentioned my Cash Flow Unlocked program and how we dive deep into understanding where you are so you can have clarity on your finances. We incorporate your lifestyle decisions, what you want to do. Do you want to travel? Do you want to shop sometimes? What is it that you want to do? Do you want a big house? You want a small house? Whatever it is, we work to incorporate that in your budget. And so I would advise you, if you're looking to start making progress when it comes to managing your money, that you schedule a money review session with me. It's a free session, it's 20 minutes long, and in that session, we talk about where you are now, talk about your money goals, and we talk about the gaps and the challenges that you're having that are keeping you from reaching your money goals. And so the reason I start with a review session first is because I want to make sure you're a great fit for the program. Sometimes people aren't ready to jump into that program yet, and so I want to make sure you're a great fit, because what I want is everyone to be successful. And I can pretty much tell if people are going to be successful, so that's why I like to do the money review session first. It's free, it's no obligation. You should definitely sign up if you're ready to start making real progress with your goals. For those of you on Instagram, I have the link in my bio, and for those of you on Facebook, I have the link in the title of this live stream. So with that, I want to thank you for joining me. I want to tell you to stay safe, and if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and throw it down in the comment section, and I can come back and answer it, or I can come back and do another live stream to answer those questions. But again, thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next live stream. Bye.